Grown man. Can a female be a soldier?
Yes.
Female can be a soldier. All right. What type of characteristics do we think about when we think about a soldier?
Leader. Strong.
Strong, leader, brave, disciplined. I think one of the main things they do in the army or in the military is they discipline you. And one of the things I had to get my young people I teach at school is to think about discipline does not always mean a whooping. It's not what it's talking about. Discipline means I'm trying to train you to do this over and over again because you know this is the right thing to do. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, what is your profession? Some of you all going to school. Let me get some hands on what you want to be when you grow up. Right?
OBGYN.
OBGYN. Pediatrician in the back. Young lady with the glasses.
You talking to me?
Go ahead.
Radiology.
Radiology. All right. Say it again.
Physical therapy.
Physical therapist. Yes, you have a profession, but I want to show you a quick clip that when these guys were asked what's their profession, this is what they said. So I want you to watch this.
Stuff on sleep. You don't walk with them. If you don't want to go, you can't get into it.
The speakers are on the bottom. I don't know. Are they on? Over there. Well, shoot.
All right, let me set this up before we show this clip. Everybody seen the movie 300?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you what happened. In the movie 300, you have the Spartans fighting against another army. Okay. Now, what the Spartans do when their kids are young, when they're like 3 or 4, they train them right then to start being a soldier. At 3 years old, they're already getting their mind state up. You gonna be a soldier. You gonna battle one day. So they come out the womb, or they in their childhood understanding one day I may have to defend my country, I may have to defend my family. So they understand this mind state that I'm going to be a soldier. So what they're doing, they're meeting up with another group of guys who say, we heard you guys want to go battle somebody. And we want to work with you. But watch the questions that they ask and what the Spartans reply is. Okay, I want you to really focus on that.
One of the pleasant surprises, which one of surprises is actually trained to be one. It is a surprise.
Cyrus, we heard Spartans on the war. You eager to join forces? Blood you seek? Deploy only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? Now it's wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to this much alone. Doesn't. You, Dad, in your profession, I'm a father. And you, I'm taking what is your profession. Stop that, sir. You,
Thanks.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Listen to me. Listen to me. What is your profession? You are a Christian soldier. Bottom line, Yeah, I want to be a radiologist. I want to be that. But bottom line, who you are as a person is a soldier for Christ. So when somebody say, what do you want to be? That's your response. I'm a Christian soldier. I guarantee you start using that response, they're going to say, what do you mean by that? That's an opportunity that now you can explain what it means to be a soldier for Christ. This is big. I'll tell you something. They understood that Xerxes was trying to kill all 8 people. Young people, let me tell you something. Satan wants you.
That's right.
He wants you. I'm going to show you a video in a minute. He don't care how old you are. He don't care what you want to become. He don't care who your parents are. He don't care what color you are. He wants your soul. Bottom line. This is a war. And what we're trying to do is get your mind prepared, because what Satan does is he knows, look, your body will go where what goes? The mind. Once he gets your mind, the body will follow. So what we're trying to do is get your mind prepared to be a soldier for Christ. So we're going to go to the next slide and we're going to keep it moving. This clicker will work. If not, can I get somebody to work this over here, folks?
Come on, Jackson shoes.
All right, Brother Williams, hang on.
All right, so he said, I ask you again, what is your profession? 2 Timothy 2:3. Just hit that. All right, he says, join with me in the sufferings of Christ as a good soldier. So what am I saying? The Bible has clearly already told us this is who we have to be when we walk this walk. All of you all are going back to school. Maybe school is about to start early for some of y'all in Texas. We start at the end of August. But the point is you're about to be in case with people who know nothing about Christ. Or people who may know Christ, but they don't want to live it out. So what I'm asking you to do is, we're going to look at some things. You got to change how you think. You got to change how you act if you're not walking like a soldier for Christ. Go ahead, right to the next one. So right here, what is the role of a soldier? Number one is protect. When we send soldiers over to the Middle East or other countries, they're trying to protect people from bad people. If you're my friend, you my homegirl, or what do you call it? Lady, what do you call your friend girl? Friend? Okay. I don't know if that got big down here in Mississippi, but that thing that went viral, this my friend, and all that. Y'all didn't get that one? That's what all the kids were saying. But if you're my homegirl, right, and I'm about to make a bad choice, what should you do? Yeah, right here, take it. It's a bad choice. You know it's a bad choice. Okay, I'll give you an example. Another young lady in our crew says, hey, my mom's not at home. I got a little bag. I'm gonna smoke something with her.
But if I tell her she go anywhere, that's a...
So you let her go?
Yeah.
You let her go. Anybody else? What would you do right here? Friend wants to go, get her mind cleared. The other friend wanted to smoke a little weed with her. What do you do?
Don't do it. Don't they did to me. Listen to me.
As a soldier, protection sometimes has to be radical. When I say radical, you got to do something like, no, I'm not going to let you go. If this is your friend, you trying to protect them, it's got to be a little more radical than, girl, you going to go, that's on you. This is your fellow soldier. Well, let's move to the second part. Another role of a soldier is to kill the enemy. What is your enemy? We're going to talk about Satan. But your real enemy is sin. We can't kill Satan, but we can kill that sinful flesh that we have. And we're going to talk about that. Because what happens is inside of you, there's a war going on. You come to church on Sunday, you hear good singing, you hear that word, but then by Monday, that flesh part of you, you see your boys, you want to get right back into that world that they were in. And that's that part we trying to kill. So when I show up on Monday, I'm the same dude I was on Sunday. I'm that same guy you saw in church sitting up with my Bible. I'm that same dude. So they know I'm real. Go to the next slide for me. Well, we save others. Go to the next slide. But before we get to being a soldier, before you can tote that gun, before you can get that knife, you got to have some what? Some training. Now, this is going to go to my parents. It's going to go to my parents for a second. Go to that next one, right? Basic training. Why don't you get Proverbs 22:6? Proverbs 22:6. Someone read that for me. 22:6.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Train up a child in the way that he should go. What's that last part?
So that when he is old, he will not depart.
So that he will not depart. Listen to me, especially my fellas in here. You get old enough like me and you ready to start shaving. A real father wouldn't say, hey son, here go that razor. It's time for you to start shaving. Why as a father I won't give him this razor? And just say, go do it. Because he don't know how. He come out bleeding. Talking about, Dad, help me. Cut a juggler. It's training time. The Bible tells parents, you got to train them. It's like giving your 19-year-old, you say, son, look, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a gun. Be safe with it. That's not about to happen. What are you going to do? We're going to find you and say, hey, man, look what I got. I got this revolver. So what am I saying? Parents, it's our job. It's our job to train. You can't tell your son or your daughter, here go the Bible, go study. They don't really understand how to study the Bible. It's time for you to sit down with them and say, look, this is what we're going to talk about this week. This is really what we're going to focus on this week. Or tell me what's going on in your life, and we can look at some scripture to help you get past that. It's training time. What's that verse say? 1:8. Ephesians 1:8. Someone get that for me. Ephesians 1:8. I'm sorry, Proverbs 1:8, yeah. And then Ephesians 6:1-3. Proverbs 1:8. Someone had that.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Listen to me. Basic training. Me and Warren, a couple of years ago, we talked about this. In Ephesians 6, we're going to talk about it. Children, listen to me. You have to, I'm going to say that again. You have to obey your parents. Period. Warren say, man, she told me to wash the dishes. I just got out of football practice. Bruh. And she said, wash the dishes. You wash the dishes. Let me tell you something. If you want to obey your parents, guess who you want to obey as well? You want to obey God. Why? Because he set your parents in place to teach you about him. And if you won't obey what your parents say when God say, look, I need you to leave that weed alone. I need you to give your life to me. What you going to say to God? I don't even know you. What we say to teachers, some of my students say, you ain't my daddy. You ain't my mama. If we don't learn to obey the people that God has put into our life to train us, you on your way to failure. You on your way to disaster. And Satan just looked back saying, I got me another. He won't even listen to his own mom. He won't even listen to his father, who's trying to give him instructions on how to be a man, how to be a Christian man. Let's look at 2 Timothy 2:15. I think a lot of people know this. 2 Timothy 2:15. What does it say?
Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You being a Christian is about you. You hear what I just said? Me being a Christian is about me first. When I study, who am I studying for, Jay? I'm studying to show who? I need approval from who? God, period. So when you study, what you got to do, and I try to get people to see this, when I'm studying with people, I'm trying to get them to become a Christian, like, look, your relationship with God is personal. It's between you and God. So because I tell people, listen to me. Listen to me. One day, everybody in this room got to stand in front of God. Everybody. And he ain't going to say, well, tell me about your mom. Why? Tell me what instruction your mama gave you. No, he gonna hold you accountable for what you did. The Bible says, study to show yourself approved unto God. That's what this is about. We gotta make our relationship with God personal. You know, I had a guy at the church we attend. He had some problems with porn. Married man. His wife knew it. But he wanted to work on it so bad. This is what happened. The Miss America pageant came on. He noticed, and see, this is one of the things I'm going to tell you about. We got to stop sugarcoating these sins. If you are messing up and doing these things, we got to put it out and deal with it. Ain't no need to sugarcoat it. I've been a teenager. I've been 12, 13. I got a wife and I got some kids. I know what goes on in your brain. So let's not sugarcoat it. What I need from you is a relationship. So you can come to me and say, bro, man, that computer calling me every night at 9. I got the website in my favorites. See, it's real. And I gotta say, look, let's work on that. Because why? That's your rights, and Satan trying to kill you with that. Instead of me saying, hey, you know your boy? Your boy wants stuff like that. Instead of you see, that's what happened. Instead of me and him trying to work on it, we called each other. We called each other and say, hey, did you know such and such is involved with this? That's not what the Bible says. It doesn't tell us to do that. But let me get back to the example. He knew he had a problem with that. So when the Miss America pageant came on, obviously he had issues going on in his mind, and he got up and left the room. Somebody said, well, that's kind of weak. No, it's not weak. He know that this is his vice. And this is something he got to fix. You can say whatever you want to say. Adults or kids, everybody in here dealing with something. We might not tell you, my issue ain't your issue. But if your issue is drugs, and my issue is sex outside of marriage, we both messed up in front of God. So I can't say, you know, Brother William is messed up worse than I am because he's having sex outside of marriage. Or she can't say, well, she messed up because she do drugs. We gotta fix it. And we're gonna talk about this tomorrow morning. It's about the relationships we have with each other. That's why when I say be a soldier, you, my soldier in Christ with me. And I gotta have a relationship with you enough to where you feel comfortable enough to say, bro, I am struggling right here. And I'm not saying you gotta put your business all out in the street, but you need somebody. You need somebody that's gonna give you good advice. I tell my kids this at school. I never recommend you getting advice from another 13, 14, or 16-year-old. They don't know. Hey, man, this girl, she don't want to do nothing. What should I do? Tell you what I do, dog. I leave alone, go get with that girl because she gone. What kind of advice is that? I need somebody that's seasoned that's going to say, listen, let's talk about that. Let's go to the scriptures and see what God had for you. I'm working on something for some other youth. I said, look, let me tell you guys something how to deal with this in the gym. God talk about you scared and you won't do this. This is what you say. This is what you say. You say, look, God gave me a great gift, and I'm waiting for my wedding day, bro. And if you have confidence with that, you know what He's gonna do, bro? How you do that? Again, that's that opportunity. Soldiers gotta be brave enough to say, yes, I'm away. Oh, well, I messed up a couple of times, but now I got my mind right. I understand what the scriptures say. I'm away. Because, man, I can't wait for my bride. God is gonna give me a beautiful bride. We're gonna share this special thing. We gotta talk about the things that teenagers are dealing with. All right, let's move on, though. You gotta study. And let me say this. Look at the pictures. Well, what's going on in basic training? Does it look easy? It ain't easy. What's your name again? I don't want to keep picking on y'all. What's your name? Aaliyah. What grade you in? 10th grade. You guys started back school yet? last year, right? Did you see some issues in school that was kind of tough? Or some choices you had to make that seemed pretty tough? I know as an adult, we say, oh man, look, when you graduate, you ain't gonna even have to worry about that. But mom, listen, and dad, listen, I'm dealing with it now though. I'm dealing with it now, especially girls. They are so jealous-hearted. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm a teacher. I see it all the time. Look at her. Look at her shoes. I'm like, they knew. Yeah, but she got them on. But what does that mean? She jealous cause what? Because she ain't got them. You have to be able to deal with these situations. I'm telling you, parents, we gotta talk to our kids on a day-to-day basis. Don't ask this question at home, parents. Don't say, how was your day? What are they gonna say? Good. Okay. Tell me something good that happened to you today. Tell me about something that's going on in your life at school today that you having issues with. And I tell you, what I want, again, we're gonna talk about this tomorrow, is you getting your kids, if your kids want to open up to you, find somebody else in the church that they're comfortable with. Say, hey, can you mentor them? Can you take them under your wing and talk to them? I just want my kid to be alive. I want my kid to make good decisions. So I'm going to find somebody in the church that they do look up to and say, hey, I don't mind you calling them. I don't mind you spending time with them. Well, why? Because you're going to give them good advice. Let me tell you something. Basic training, you studying that Bible every day. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy because you got a lot of things you want to do. You want to be on Facebook. Some of y'all want to play video games. Some of y'all got boyfriend and girlfriends now. You want to talk to them, even though you're not talking about anything. You about half sleep at 12, right? You about half sleep, and here's the question. You sleep? I ain't sleeping, but I'm sleepy, though. You mean you sleepy or you about to go to sleep? I mean, you talking about nothing. You just want to hear their voice, though. I know it. You know what, though? God wants that same relationship with you. Where you can sit in the bed and say, God, you sleep? And he say, no, I ain't sleep. Open up that Bible. Let's have some relationship. He wants a relationship with you. I talk to God like he right there. God, you see this. This messed up, ain't it? What we gonna do? Get in that word. Go to this scripture. And let me say this, and we're gonna move on, because I'll talk all day. All you gotta do is apply biblical principles to worldly situations. When you learn that, oh, I'm dealing with this, what is the biblical principle on how to deal with it? You start doing that, you're gonna see a lot more success. Right, let's go ahead to the next slide. Right here, 2 Timothy 2:4 says, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. You were chosen. Let me tell you something I saw in high school. A lot of my friends wanted to go to the military because they started getting benefits. They get that GI Bill, they go to college for free, they get a check, they don't have to pay taxes on that money. Like, bro, I'm going to the army. Then they said, okay, the war just broke out. Oh, y'all about to ship me out? I got to go fight. Let me tell you something. When you become a Christian, you become a soldier. It's fight time. That means some friends that you used to kick it with gonna say, Misha, you changed. We don't want to kick it with you no more. my best friend from the sandbox. I mean, we did everything together. But when I gave my life to Christ and he called and said, bro, you know it's Friday night, let's go get it. I can't go tonight. Man, you tripping. That was the first time. Next Friday. Hey, bro, it's Friday night. What we gonna do? I don't get down like that no more. What? Oh, so now you think you better than me? No, this has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do. But what happens is, if people are not ready to change with you, if they're not ready to be a soldier, you're gonna have to cut them loose. Well, I want to talk about this scripture though. Let's look at the two pictures. This guy looks like a soldier. This young lady right here, she looks like a civilian. Soldiers look different. They look different. Now, some people say, well, I know you're going to talk about the sagging and the short skirt. All that's true. Yeah, I believe you should get them up your shirt should be, you should be presentable. But I'm more talking about the inner you. I'm talking about the you that makes the choices gotta be different. I'm talking about when we in the locker room or we're outside and we want to talk about people, I'm that guy that say, hey man, I should talk about it like that. You know, we talked about this at a men's study last week, and you know, homosexuality is out there and all this stuff. But who brave enough to say, I'm gonna go talk to him? Nah, because we don't want to be associated. Listen to me. Most women don't, but guys, like, bro, I ain't gonna talk to him. He find God on his own. I ain't gonna be. But guess what? That sin is no bigger than any other. We gotta start loving people. This is about, Christ is about love and helping people. When Christ came, you know he went and kicked it with. He went and kicked it with the sinner. You know what the church bro was saying? Why he over there with them sinners? Why he eating with them? And you know what Christ said? I came for the lost. See, we gotta change this mind state. This ain't the battleground in this church. Oh, all of us look holy right now. The real fight is outside. How do we live? Do we look like a civilian or do we look like a soldier for Christ when we talk to people? That's the key. Go ahead, right to the next slide. We eat different. Soldiers eat different. I remember when I went out with the ROTC in college, man, they showed me that little bag. I'm like, what is that? They said, that's your dinner. Dinner? Man, what? We teared over. The food is all mushy and stuff. I'm like, man, what in the world? Say, but look, see, as a soldier, it's not about the taste. It's about the energy to fight. See, there's some things in this Bible. There's some things in this Bible you don't like. The taste ain't good. You don't want me to do that. You don't want me to have sex outside of marriage. Hey, I don't like that. It don't taste right. Oh, you don't want me to gospel about that girl, even though I can't stand her? Even though she been gossiping about me, even though she telling people she want to fight me, it don't taste good. You a soldier, you eat different. It's about the energy. It ain't about liking the food. No soldier go out there and say, hey man, we got chilies on the ground, baby. And then we're going to go fight. No, bro, you get a sack. It's about energy. We ain't out here trying to cook a meal, barbecue. God ain't say you're going to like everything he give you. But he did say it'll get you to salvation. See, when we go to war, we go to win. Go to the next slide for me. We're going to move on along because we're going to be here too. Here's what I want to show you. Know your enemy. This is the key right here. Because what happens, it's a book called The Art of War, and it talks about knowing your enemy. If you don't, how many of y'all seen the picture of Satan before? Come on, you know which one I'm about to talk about. He red, he got horns, he got the pitchfork. Yeah, y'all seen that picture. That fella don't look like that. He don't look like that. You know how Satan come? Stand up first. Stand up first. Not that she Satan. Might be. Satan come in the form of people. We're going to talk about it. In Ephesians, he talks about, I'm not warring against her though. Satan will use people to do the things. Thank you. He will use people to do the things he wants to have done. Know your enemy. Hit that play button right there. I want to show you. It says, hit that back arrow. Yeah. And hit the, push it up to that play button on you. Push that. Yeah. Hit that. Watch this. This is 28 seconds. Let's show you how slick Satan is. Watch what happens. Go to 1 Peter 5:8. Say don't care, man. Look, why you get there? I want to paint this picture. Notice he aligned. Notice his prey is sleep. Notice his prey is small. And notice he don't go and play with that prey. Snap his neck quick, you done. 1 Peter 5:8, what did it say? Anybody? Hold on, he said, we'll do what? My man that's on the ground, what's the second word? Was he vigilant? He sleep. Chilling. Probably tired. This y'all. This us. You walking around life like I'm invisible. I've been a teenager. Man, I thought I was invisible. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. That's what he want. He waiting on that. Chill. Sleepwalk in life. Think because you got away with it last week, you're going to get away with it this week. That's what he wants you to do. Sleepwalk. What did it say? Be vigilant.
Because your adversary is growing life.
He'll what? Keep going.
Walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
What did he do to that right there? Listen to me. Listen. Satan wants you. He won't meet. He's a destroyer as well. Let's look at Ephesians 6:12. Look at who our battle is against. Ephesians 6:12. Someone get that for me. Ephesians 6:12. While somebody get that, get 2 Corinthians 11:3.
For we rest not against flesh and blood,
Uh-huh.
against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Listen to me. Your battle is not of this world. You cannot beat Satan with these. You can't beat Satan with your mouth. A lot of that. I'm a teacher. I teach 7th and 8th grade. And it's a lot of this. Mouth is hard. You can't beat Satan with that. You gotta beat Satan. The only thing that'll whoop Satan. Y'all don't believe that. Go to James 4. James 4, I think it's verse 7. What does that say? James chapter 4, verse 7. Now, I think I got this in there twice. What does it say? Anybody got that? Go ahead. See, there's the instructions right now. Listen to me. Satan is not scared of you. He's not scared of me. The only way to get rid of him, it says, submit yourself to who? To God. Then you got to do step 2. Know that temptation that he just threw out there for you? You got to resist it. And then and only then will Satan what? Let me tell you something. When Jesus came on the scene, and we'll look at these other ones. When Jesus came on the scene for 40 days and he went out to the wilderness, the Bible says Satan tempted him for a season. What does that mean, Reed?
From summer to fall.
Okay, close. That means he coming back. It means he coming back. You resist him, you get away this time. Guess what? He still wants some Reed, though. He still wants some. And he coming back. That's why when God says, study to show yourself approved, this is daily. How many times you eat, young lady? At least 3. What about here? How many times you eat today? At least 3 or 4. At least. Listen to me. You're not eating this word. You're spiritually malnourished. You're about to starve. And if you don't have this, there is no way that Satan is scared of you. Matter of fact, he already had it. All right, and if you have 2 Corinthians 11:3, he's a deceiver. What does it say? Second Corinthians 11:3.
Without fear, led by any means, certain, beguile ye
It shows right there. He said, this is what he did to Eve. Deceive. God, he ain't gonna just blame. He'll lie too. John 8:44 tell you that. But he'll deceive her. He give you just enough to put a little doubt in your mind. Oh man, I know your mama said curfew was at 11. Stay out at 12. Y'all having fun. Then something bad happened. First thing you want to say is, Mama. It's too late. That's that deceiving part. Let's go to the next slide. All right. We got two more. You got to suit up for battle. Now I'm going to talk about that gear you got to put on. Metaphorically, you got to put that on every day. Go to Ephesians chapter 6. And we're going to look at 10 through 18. And then we're going to talk about how to get prepared on a day-to-day basis to deal with Satan. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 18. Somebody have that?
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
All right, hold right there for 1 second. Here's the key. He says, put on the whole armor of God. That means you can't just say, hey, I got faith. Faith gonna be one of those things. I got good faith. Yeah, you need that shield. But you're gonna need the whole armor. Keep going, sister.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand in the evil days, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with the truth.
Hold right there for a second. He said, you got to have the truth. There's a lot of falseness going on out here. That's why you got to study. It's a lot out here. Keep going.
And having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all things, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all power and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Let me tell you something. There is no person that goes to battle who don't put on the right gear. I don't care how much you think you can win this victory or win this battle, you better be suited up. Because if you go over to another country and yeah, you got your gun, but you don't have on anything to protect you, you one shot, you done. Yeah, you got your feet covered, so if they shoot down low, you can protect that, but you don't have no helmet on. Sniper take you out. If we gonna be a soldier for Christ, we gotta suit up every day. We started doing this in our household. I wake up in the morning, I go right to that scripture, I'm like, okay, I'm finna put on that belt of truth. I'm gonna look at some scripture about truth. I'm finna put on that helmet of salvation. I'm putting my suit on because, I'll tell you something, I don't know, well, some of you may deal with this, but adults deal with this. Sometimes, as soon as you wake up, Satan hits you with something. It could be your kid, it could be your spouse. You just woke up. You're like, why are we arguing already? You had a bad dream? What happened? He already on you. As for students, sometimes it's your parent. You wake up, they already in a bad mood. Why you ain't wash them dishes last night? Just woke up this morning. What am I saying? You gotta be prepared. Satan don't always hit you in the real world. He come into your household. He's looking to destroy you. We gotta battle up. We gotta get that gear on. Last slide, right? Here are the takeaways. Know your profession. Saw early on. What are you? I'm a soldier. That's my profession. That's what I do. I bleed Christianity. I sweat the blood. I'm a soldier in and out. When I'm on the court, and we're going to talk about this, when I'm on the court shooting basketball, I'm a Christian. When I'm in there with my friends or whatever, I'm a Christian. And I told some of the kids we were working with, Christianity is not like a pair of Jordans. Or not like a pair of, how many pair of shoes you have? It's not like a bunch of pair of shoes. You take them off and put them on. You take them off, you put them on. Christianity is not like that. You either all in or you need to be what? All out. Here's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you today, can you commit? One of the brothers I work with back in Houston, he's a speaker too. He said, man, one of the things we deal with young people is they won't commit. Commitment means, Reed, no matter what happened, I'm all in. See, when we get baptized, we do what with Christ? What do they call that? We are what with Christ? We are one. We marry Christ. And in a relationship, in a marriage, it's a commitment. I love my wife. She's not here right now. Sometimes I don't like her. And sometimes she don't like me. But I don't wake up, Reed, when I don't like her and say, you know what, I got these papers and I'm just waiting. Say something else. We'll get it done today. It's a commitment. So I'm asking you, and this is a big step. Will you commit to being with Christ? Will you commit to when